My name is Otis Mara, President for the Liberian United Association, LUA. To our honorable guest speaker, my officials, members of LUA and the Liberian Association, to our invited guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all here tonight to celebrate Liberia 175 independence with us. We first want to appreciate our organizing body of LUA for working so hard every year to make sure that this happens for us, celebrating our beloved country, even far away from home. We are a non-profit organization founded a little over 15 years ago here in Idaho. And we also want to pay respect to our former leaders and current ones, all those that have also been together today as a community and holding together as a single body. The theme for our program tonight and for this year's celebration is about togetherness in achieving our goals. And then you will get to hear more on this subject as the night continues. And LUA as a non-profit organization has lots of ongoing projects. And then we have projects going on back home, our little country of origin, Liberia. We are helping communities to have access to safe drinking water. And this is a project that involves building wells and hand pumps. Because most part of the world, people don't have access to water. That's the most important thing. You must have water to drink and maybe look for food or food later. So those are projects that we're undertaking as a non-profit organization. So later in the night, you will see that we have fundraising activities that will be going on some part of the night, depends on what time, but we'll let you know. And we're looking up to each and every one of us and to be able to help us for this. And every single funds raised from this will be going towards the project for pumps and safe drinking water. As the night continues, you will get to hear from our guest of honor, Salome Wambi, a brief history of Liberia by Deborah Colley, and you will also get to see a traditional performance by the Liberian United Association of Idaho. That's a kind of a surprise thing, but we never done it before, but you're going to see it this time around. And there will be many more to come after that. So on behalf of LUA, I say thank you again to everyone for being here.
Shall long be ours. you here at home. You're welcome. I would like to, over the years, you all has had some amazing leadership in this organization. We have had strong, great leadership. Hence, while we're here today, and this organization is still going forward. I would like to recognize some of our leaders today. I used to be one of them. You don't need to know that. What introduce you the current leadership of the Liberian Association of Idaho. I will start with our okay. All right, we want to recognize one of our elders in the house, advisors to the leadership of LUA, Mr. Morris Cannon. Put your hands together. We believe you represent our elders because that's where we get wisdom from, so they impart those wisdom to us. And then next will be our amazing dynamic president, Mr. Otese Kamara. Put your hands together. Next we have another amazing leader, our vice president, Mr. William Wilbur Jr. Put your hands together. Well, that girl is very cool. I can't do it. I'm trying, but you guys are like, I assure you we have food, lots of food. Yeah. So like, burn up those calories so you can replace them. So let's make some noise for our leaders. Okay, next we have our dynamic secretary, general secretary, Mr. Sylvester. And next, we have our assistant secretary, our able assistant secretary, Ms. Lisa Floyd. And we have our financial secretary, in the person of our first lady herself, Mrs. Tara Kamara. Next, we have our treasurer, our amazing able treasurer, Mrs. Hannah Wobble. And we have our chaplain is missing tonight. We have our assistant chaplain, Ms. Annie Mator. Here we have our social department. Let me tell you, those girls be working. And we have an amazing assistant, hardworking, Miss Gertrude Romel. All right, thank you all. This is the power of young block. These are the people that are working to keep the organization moving. Great work. We'll put our hands together and appreciate them again. Thank you, leadership for all your hard work. Our next agenda on the program, we have Mr. Sylvester Hammer is going to be introducing our guest speaker for the day. And let me tell you, you better get ready for this guest speaker. I know her. Well, Mr. Hammer will tell you more. I'm just giving you a taste. He'll tell you more about this amazing person. Mr. Sylvester Hammer.
Thank you very much. Can we first of all have a moment of silence? Thank you. Again, I would like to welcome you guys here tonight. It is with great pleasure to introduce our guest of honor and speaker tonight, who have called Boise, Idaho home since relocated from almost 18 years ago through the Refugee Resettlement Program from Nairobi, Kenya. She has a professional background in banking, financing, and IT that she has obtained while working in Kenya. She is the coordinator of the Refugee Speaking Bureau at the Idaho Office for Refugees, where she helps shape their stories and then share them within the community and beyond it. She shares a life with her daughter, Deborah, with whom she learned how to live life no matter what the culture is. She recorded her TED Boise talk titled Being a Cultural Broker in October of 2020. Tonight, our speaker will be speaking to us on the topic togetherness, the secret sauce, and she will highlight and pursue togetherness and unity to achieve our goals as a community and as an individual. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this time to ask you all to welcome our guest speaker tonight, Ms. Salome Wangi.
Thank you so much. When I was invited here, I felt like, oh my goodness, Robert is not only here. Who do I know? And I am so pleasantly surprised by all the people that I'm seeing here. People I haven't seen for a long time, people that I've seen more recently. And just to realize we really are a community together. Muriel, I haven't seen you in such a long time. Since probably before COVID. And so it's just really good to be all here together. As you heard, my name is Salome Mwangi, born and raised in Kenya. And while they may say that I came here because of refugee resettlement, really I came here because of love. I fell in love with a man. And we got married, started a family. And part of this journey brought us here. And even though our love did not go beyond the journey that we took here, I'm very grateful to God because He has a plan for me that goes beyond what brought me here. So I decided to look back because I really didn't know that much about the Liberian history. I'll wait for the sound to come back. Or maybe I can just shout. I can sing. Or I can sing. We're known for our singing. So I remember looking back on the history of Liberia, because I got fascinated after reading a book called Someone Knows My Name. And in this book, written by a Canadian writer called Lawrence Hill, he traces the journey of a young woman who was kidnapped when she was 11 years old, out of what people didn't know what the area was. Because then we had kingdoms, we didn't have countries. So she was abducted from her kingdom and was later sold as a slave in the United States of America. She learned the language, she learned skills that made her a midwife, and that's how to move around the US. And when she heard that there was an opportunity for former slaves to go back to Africa, she signed up for it. And she went back. She did not realize, but that country was now called Liberia. And she was like, no, I'm not looking for Liberia. I'm looking for the land beyond the big river. And I encourage you to look for that book. Someone Knows My Name by Lawrence Hill. There's actually a mini-series that has been created called, what is it called? Like the story of the Negroes. So it sounds a little bit offensive, but it's a fascinating story. And that's when I thought, poor girl, she went back, couldn't find her family because the landscape had completely changed and landed in this country called Liberia. That's when I thought, I want to know a little bit more about Liberia. Because it seems like it was a country that was created for all the slaves that were going back, wanting to go back. Only not realizing we can never really go back, can we? But this is what I love about her story. While her story could have ended up being the story of a victim, the story of somebody who was mad and bitter, it became the story of togetherness. That regardless of what she went through, she did not forget where she came from, did not say that everything stopped with her, and chose to pass on what she had to the next generation. The 2 children that she had were both taken away from her, as was the custom when unfortunately people were enslaved. But she looked for one of her children, ended up in England, and actually ended up an advocate for the abolition of slavery. And I thought, what an amazing story of togetherness. Because togetherness doesn't just start with all of us sitting here. It starts with me. And it starts with me knowing that I am an important part of this group that I'm in, of the family that I'm in, of wherever it is that I'm in. And then when I realized that, to recognize that there's those who've gone before me, who have pulled out of those dreams. I know here in America we call it DNA, I call it dreams. And then we take those dreams and decide we're going to amplify them and pour them into the next generation. When Robert Hay, for those of you who do not know him, was the president of Luai?
Yes.
I remember really admiring what he was doing. There are many times I'd say, hey Robert, we have a speakers meeting coming up. And he would tell me, I cannot meet you at that time because we have a meeting at the Liberian Association of which I'm the president. We can meet after. So a lot of the meetings that we scheduled had to be scheduled after. But I remember really admiring what Luai has been doing and what it continued to do and what it is still doing, because I remember looking at your Facebook. And you guys were helping us. Was it a school in Liberia, or there were school supplies that were being handed out? And I felt challenged. And I thought, what am I doing for Kenya? Actually, what am I doing for my community here? Because they say charity starts at home.
Mm-hmm.
And home is where your heart is.
Yeah.
So, a lot of admiration for what you're doing, a lot of lessons that I've learned. The fact that Liberia was first established as a colony in 1822. That's actually 200 years ago. And then 25 years later is when it got independent. 175 years. 175 years of togetherness. 175 years of a history that cannot be denied. 175 years, and that is why all of us are here today. Because of what those who went before us have done. And so the question is, what are we going to do with this togetherness? What is the next step that we're going to take to make sure that 175 years from today, our great-great-great-great-grandchildren will stand up and say, it was because my grandmother, it was because my ancestors took a step, took a stand, stood together. You probably know the African saying that says, if you want to go quickly, go alone.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go far, go together. And I believe that that is why we are here, together. We want to go far. When I first came to this country, like I said, I came because of love. And then that love died. And I remember thinking, I want to go back home. I want to go back to what I knew. And yet I'm so grateful that I did not. Because now I have set my eyes and my heart has set itself on a vision that is not about just where I've come from. And there's no denying where I've come from. But it's thinking of my daughter, Deborah, and my daughter's children and their children, and what are they going to do with the vision that I'm casting? What are they going to do with the vision that we are casting? And the beauty of our children, fortunate or unfortunate, They don't see themselves as Kenyans, or Ugandans, or Liberians. They see themselves as citizens of this world that we have brought them into. And we have cast an amazing vision for them as citizens. So I can hardly wait to see what they are going to do because of the vision we are casting, building on the vision that has already been cast by those who have gone ahead of us. So again, I challenge you, read the story of Aminata Diallo and how she refused to cast herself as a victim. I don't know what your story is that has brought you here today, but I can assure you that you're right where you're supposed to be. And you're with the people that you're supposed to be with. Susan is my sister from another mister. And people ask us, so do you guys know each other together when you lived in Kenya? And they're like, no, we didn't. We actually came and are sinking our roots in this place where we have been planted together, and we're helping to pass that vision to our children. Our children who know that they belong here, because we are digging this land and we are preparing this soil for them to know that they belong. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all looking for? Knowing that we belong, knowing that I can sink my roots here and I no longer have to move around, knowing that I can begin to dream and dream big, a dream that is bigger than myself, a dream that scares me sometimes. Because if your dream doesn't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. So like Aminata and many others who have gone ahead of us, I invite you to continue locking hands together as we take this walk to go further than any of us had ever envisioned, and to do more than any of us has ever dreamed of. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you so much. That was a strong message. At this time, we are going on to move on with the brief district of Liberia by Mr. Colley.
Still be here brief.
Hello, everybody. Thank God for being here. I'm Dr. Colin. I'm a refugee. And I'm going to speak. And Tara, the old one. So, I'll just give you the again. You know, I was brought here as a refugee, but my wife was passed as a last you might know that Liberia was founded because of the discovery of the enslaved American Liberia, or in short, slavery. Slave was brought in to work on plantation, but time came, the population, or some reason, to the American government to decide to send back the enslaved African American to Africa. At this time, Thomas Jefferson, one of the president of America, consulted James Monroe. And James Monroe was the first president. Then they discussed, and Thomas Jefferson was a mentor to James Monroe before James Monroe became president. From there, he called James Monroe and how they could, work out modality for this enslaved African American to go back to Africa. And Jim Morrow worked with him very hard, and they formed an organization, the American Colonization Society, that was responsible to reach that goal or to take back the African to Africa. In short, they bought the farm, financial, transportation, whatsoever. But the first settlement went to Liberia, President Allen in Monroe. From there, the second or third group left from Maryland, and where they settled in Liberia is called Maryland. So if you ask any Liberian Maryland, will ask if Maryland were USA or Africa Liberia, and that it is. When they got there was a little conflict between the indigenous Liberian and the enslaved African American. But in short, they try to settle their dispute and they embrace each other. Then how do you understand each other? You speaking hello, say oh hello, oh quiet. Then the other one speaking Jana, Babwa. You know, you understand? So we have the Baptist missionary. They started the educational program where daycare. That's the only way to educate each other, to understand each other. From there, gradually, they established Memorial College, now the University of Liberia in 1822. From there, they have another agricultural and industrial school. One of our presidents came here, Charles came for a visit. So they asked him, the journalist asked him, what are you willing to carry back to Liberia? So he said, I want to carry to taking college. It's a college in Atlanta, Virginia. So thinking, okay, if you want to carry college, but I can take a college. But he simply knew that he wanted the same vocational school to be established in Liberia. Just thinking. Then there was a lady, Olivia Spot, was willing to establish an educational system in Africa to be named after Tuskegee. And they coincided. So he said, okay, but then, say you the president for Liberia, find a land I will sponsor and find out the building. So that our president at that time, Charles King, went and bought a land where we call Mangidi, Kapaka. Even the former first lady, Michelle Obama, went to visit it. So, thinking they have the building. And this Tagidi, university that's here, and the branch in Liberia is called Bukati Washington Institute. The T is Tagidi. State, Economic Community of West African State, because of effort, they help us to bring peace to Liberia. And I will already tell our brothers, sisters, Nigeria, Ghana, Benin, Senegal, that contributed towards our peace process. Thank you very much. Yeah. From there, we have President Taylor. From there, we have Ellie Johnson Selly. She's a graduate of Harvard University, master's degree in economics. And they call her Anya Lady. One thing is she's true friend for the right of the women. And now, she even said, United Nations Development Project for Africa before becoming president. We elected her because we want the strength of ladies. They are model, they are killers for Africa. That we elected her as the first female president of Africa. And right now, at this time, Liberia, the ladies, they are in power. Yes, they say if Liberia can do it, yes, Liberia have opened the door for ladies. So the lady right and children right, earning that way. Secondly, soccer player. Our president now is a soccer player. The first African to win the Ballon d'Or. You could have known what Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or, soccer player, the highest in soccer, world best. He won it, and now he is the president. So Liberia, we are friendly, we are caring. Visit Liberia. Don't mind the noise in the market. Get to the market. And also, we call America big sister. Just look at the history. And let's go back to the flag. Look at the flag. This is Liberia. This is America. Why? You both answer that question. Are we not? See? So America is now straight to us. We call America big sister. She knows, she can take it off. And I think America, America for bringing us here, refugees, to change our pattern to better. Thank you all. I ask you all to join us, to join another group to make the United States of America great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. At this time, you guys can go ahead and start eating. We have a couple more items on our agenda that we'll visit that when you guys are eating. So you can go ahead and start serving yourself. Feel free, we got drinks, and we got all the dishes that we're going to tonight. Thank you. main purpose of this contest tonight is we have an ongoing project in Liberia. We are trying to build a well for the Liberian people to have a safe drinking water. So we're going to have a contest tonight. There's going to be 3 rounds. And then at the end of that last round, we're going to announce who the winner is. So at this time, I'm going to call on Ms. Miradia, who's going to lead us in that direction.
And this part of the program is where we make noise, but we make noise with money. We don't stop. Walk the walk. Okay? So, no. So, no. I'm sorry, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties with the mic. Again, we are going to be doing our male versus female contest. We are trying to raise for our newer project that we have ongoing. We're trying to build some wells and hand pumps so that people can have safe drinking water back in Liberia. We're trying to help communities that do not have safe drinking water in those communities. So we're trying to do that. And so we're asking on you, we're calling on you to help us help somebody. So we hope you can prepare today. If you don't have cash, we have Venmo and Cash App. Zelle, Venmo, Cash App. You see Mrs. Hannah Wobber over there, that's our treasurer. If you have Cash App, you want to do Cash App, Zelle, or Venmo, you can see her, she'll take your money. We want your money. We do. So we have male versus female. You know, the men said the last time the men won. I don't remember that. We don't remember that. I'm going to have amnesia when it comes to that. So today, the women are going to be making history because you know who run the war? Girls. Okay? So we're going to start the first round. Mel is representing the ladies and Tyrese is representing the men. So please, 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 support, support, support. Thank you. We're going to start round 1 and we're going to let you know when it ends. DJ, hit it. Come on, ladies. You got this. Amaya, don't take our money. Where my ladies at? Come on, come on. We're just gonna go. I'm supposed to keep it close to my mouth like that. Like so. Okay. So, I'm trying not to swallow it. It's too close.
Hello? I don't need this store. What?
Yes, baby.
Hello? This is Locke. Well, hi again, everybody. It's going to be ready to breathe. Want to say thank you to everybody who show up to the program. Special thanks to our esteemed guest speaker who's already there. That was a very awesome message. And to all our Lua departments, especially our social department, for putting this awesome program together. This was really, really wonderful. And I also want to give special thanks to our First Lady, which is Hawa Kamara, for putting us in this step before day. As you can see, handmade, she sold it. Right here. Fabric, everything from here, and she put them together. So really appreciate that. And for all guests, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's party until midnight. Thank you.